child, it's a 3.19. That could mean it is spicy. But when I read it, I'm like, why are y'all talking like 99 is so vintage? Can you imagine? There are kids out here that don't know what a VHS tape is. Trapped on an island with a murderer. What does that mean? Adroitly? I've never heard that word in my life. I'm gonna look it up on my own time. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It is that time of the month where I go over new releases for the next month. So in this case, April releases. We're gonna be doing it a little differently. I have them categorized in 3 groups. Least excited, ones that I'm not too sure about, I'm gonna give it a shot, and books that I want meow. So group number 1, let's get the least excited out the way. First up is When I Think of You or Think About You. What is it? When I Think of You. The only reason I'm least excited, I've read it already. I read an arc of it sometime last year from NetGalley. This is a second chance romance. I thought it was really good. I think that other people are gonna really enjoy it. For me, the MMC was okay. I just feel like he wasn't that great at communicating with our FMC, but it was a good book overall. The black girl survives in this one. The only reason I'm not as excited as I was, because I was super excited to read it until I found out it's an anthology. I'm not that big of a fan of anthologies, if I'm being honest. Short stories, anthology, like none of that. I don't like it. I'm not even a huge fan of like the collaborative series that people do. I read them, but I'm not a fan. It's a YA anthology of horror stories centering black girls who battle monsters, both human and supernatural, and who survive till the end. I'm gonna read it regardless, but that's just one of the reasons why I'm not as excited. And if you see me looking, I'm looking at my laptop, and y'all know these little summaries gonna be super short because y'all know I hate these long summaries. The breakup list, I just don't know that much about it. But I saw it. Love is more complicated than Boy Meets Boy, and best-selling author Adib Karam's sharply funny new romantic comedy set in the sordid world of high school theater. I have never read a book about high school theater, but I've heard it can be dramatic, like in real life. So I guess I'm kind of hoping that that book is a little on the dramatic side. Now, these are the books that I don't know. Like, I'm not on the fence. I'm excited to read them, but at the same time, it's not like I'm gonna be racing to read them. Dear Wendy, 2 aromantic and asexual college students engage in an online feud while unknowingly becoming friends in real life in this dual POV young adult contemporary debut from Anne Zhao. This would be my second book with asexual characters. I'm interested. I just read the romantic agenda. I think it is in a video. I don't know if it'll be out. It is out. Yeah. It's in the video trying to find a 5-star romance book. I read it. It was good. So I'm excited to read this one, but like at the same time, I'm not running to read it right now. The Kiss Countdown. A struggling event planner and a sinfully hot astronaut must decide if their fake relationship is worth a shot at happily ever after. Sounds really good, but I feel like it's nothing new for me. As a romance reader, I read a ton of specifically fake dating. It doesn't sound that unique, you know what I mean? Which, I mean, how many unique, books can you have? But it just sounds like something I've read already. But I do want to read this one. Immortal Pleasures. An ancient Aztec vampire roams the modern world in search of vengeance and love in this seductive dark fantasy, from the author of The Haunting of Alejandra. I've heard about that book. I did have one mutual who didn't like it. I didn't read it, but I did see this one. The only reason I'm kind of on the fence about it is because the cover is giving spice. So, but from the synopsis, I can't tell if it's gonna be spicy. I wonder if I can quickly look up, like, if people reviewed it. So what is this? Immortal Pleasures? So yeah, from the plot, from the summary, I'm getting spicy vibes. Ooh, child, it's a 3.19. That could mean it is spicy. Because if people are reading that other book, I don't know if that's spicy or not. Let's just see some of these reviews. Okay, someone did say spice, violence, and brown vampires. That's all I need to know. That's probably why it's a low rating on Goodreads. One last word. Compelling novel about an aspiring tech entrepreneur who goes on a roller coaster journey of self-discovery, and after her app, which sends her final words to all the important people in her life, including the venture capital mentor she's crushing on. Oh, empowering and laugh out loud funny. One last word is a remarkably relatable story about a woman in tech who learns to speak up and fight for what she wants in life and love. I think I had signed up for to get a copy of it. I don't think I ever did. I don't know, maybe not. The 8 books that I will be running to my library to see if they have. First and foremost, Out of Office by A.H. Cunningham. I've been keeping up with all her books. I don't know if this is her very first one. I think it is. I think this is her very first one that's traditionally published with Harley Quinn. This is a sensual vacation romance exploring what happens when you step out of the office, take a chance on yourself, and discover your deepest desires. If it's anything like what she normally writes, girl, we in for a good time. How to End a Love Story. I was sent this one from HarperCollins through Biblio Lifestyle. I'm just mentioning it. I haven't read it yet. I will soon. Sexy and emotional enemies to lovers romance, guaranteed to pull on your heartstrings and give you a book hangover. No, it says sexy. I don't mind if it's gonna have spicy scenes in it because the characters don't look animated. There's just something about an animated cover, with a cartoon character, that I just hate. But you can't even see the characters. They're like shadows. I will try and read it soon. I obviously won't be able to read it in March because today is March 30th. I think it'll be one of the first books that I read in April. Kill Her Twice. Girl, when I tell you, that is probably the one that I'm most excited about. No, I mean, everyone in this list I'm excited about. But this one and 2 other books for sure. So it's a murder mystery noir set in 1930s Los Angeles, Chinatown. Doesn't that sound great? I think it's kind of like I know it says a murder mystery, but seeing that it's set in the 30s, I'm assuming more specifically, it's a historical mystery. I think I saw it somewhere a couple of months ago, or maybe even last year. No, I think it was a couple of months ago, January. And I was like, I want to read it now, and then I didn't realize it wasn't out yet. Blood Justice. This is the other one that I'm super excited about. I'm not going to go into the plot because this is a sequel to Blood Debts, which is in a reading vlog somewhere. I absolutely loved Blood Debts, and I'm excited for Blood Justice. Just reading the summary, it's everything that I was expecting, because when I finished Blood Debts, there wasn't a summary for Blood Justice yet, but I kind of had my assumptions, and I was right. I'm like, I know this is what it's gonna be about, and it is. You Know What You Did. Listen, by KT Nguyen. KT is my initials, BTW. This is a heart-pounding debut thriller for fans of Lisa Jewell and Celeste Ng. Never read either one of them. A first-generation Vietnamese-American artist must confront nightmares past and present. Dizzying twist, You Know What You Did is both a harrowing thriller and a heartfelt exploration of the refugee experience, the legacies we leave for our children, and the unbreakable bonds between mothers and daughters. Home is Where the Bodies Are. Listen, this is set, I think this is also historical something. This is set in 99. I'm gonna read the synopsis, but when I read it, I'm like, why are y'all talking like 99 is so vintage? This is the same author that wrote The Perfect Marriage and You Shouldn't Have Come Here. I haven't read any one of those, but I have heard about The Perfect Marriage. After their mother passes, 3 estranged siblings reunite to sort out her estate. They stumble upon a collection of home videos and decide to revisit those happier memories. However, one of the VHS tapes, can you imagine? There are children today, because you can't say, oh, well, Gen Z don't know that. I am technically Gen Z. I do claim Zillennial, but I am Gen Z. So don't be out here saying, oh, Gen Z don't know nothing about that. Girl, I don't think, we gonna get into it. I don't think some people realize how old Gen Z is. like the oldest. So it's always heartbreaking when y'all be dogging out Gen Z like that. But it's like, I know y'all aren't talking about us. Y'all are talking about the ones that are like still in high school. Anyways, I'm talking about it too much, but that's just one thing that gets on my nerves. But can you imagine? There are kids out here that don't know what a VHS tape is. I lived on that because I had one of those, I don't even know what they're called, like one of those box TVs that had the VCR connected to it. And that was everything that I watched. It wasn't convenient for me to watch DVDs unless I plugged up like a little portable DVD player when I could just pop in a VHS tape in my TV. When I saw this in this book, I'm like, I have to read this. But they find a collection of VHS tapes from '99. They have to be cutting the grass right now. VHS tapes from '99 show their parents. Well, it shows the father covered in blood. What follows is a dead body, and there's a pact between their parents to get rid of it before the video abruptly ends. So I guess they're gonna be like, what is this? What's going on? Like, they're gonna start investigating it, and I'm so ready for it. But this does come out like the end of April. One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole. This is the same author that wrote When No One Is Watching, a riveting thriller about the new caretaker of a historic estate who finds herself trapped on an island with a murderer and the ghost of her past. And lastly, Missing White Woman. Alyssa Cole actually blurbed it. I don't know if that's a thing. She said, a propulsive page turner. A woman thinks she is waking up to a romantic vacation only to find a body in her rental home and her boyfriend gone. And I'm gonna assume it's a white woman. And she's a black woman. So like, y'all already see what's going on. I wonder what race her boyfriend was. I see some authors who blurbed this. S.A. Cosby said, fantastic. Only Garrett, that's the author, could craft a tale so adroitly attuned to our everyday fears. What does that mean? Adroitly? I've never heard that word in my life. I'm gonna look it up on my own time. I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. I don't feel like I had a ton of books for April. Again, these books are based on my preference. These are books that I'm looking forward to. Let me know down in the comments below what books that you are excited for that are coming out in April of this year. Or let me know if some of these sound really good to you and that you're gonna add it to your TBR, because let's be honest, our TBRs are never ending. So we just gotta deal with it. And that's it for today's video. Like, comment what I just said, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.